How did the deal with Metal Blade come about?
We got a call. I got a call from Mike Feely on my cell phone coming home from work one day. So that was retarded. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, we know Vinny works at Metal Blade. He grew up in Wisconsin. We were good friends with him, and we knew he was over there. And he helped us out a little bit. But he had our CD on hand when it was all going down. And we know someone else who knows some people at Metal Blade. And it was like all came together. And Slagle heard it, and he was just busting a nut over it. And he was just like, we got to sign this band. It was just like, yeah, we want to sign to your label. You know what I mean? So it was all like in like one day that it all just came together. It was like, dude, where is this? Why haven't we been informed? Where have you been? It's like, well, it's Wisconsin, man. I do what I can. There ain't much going on here. So, but yeah, it all came together. A couple months later, we inked the deal.
Speaking of Wisconsin, what's the scene like down there? Is there anything?
Nah, man, there ain't shit. I mean, when we started the band, there was it was either hardcore or emo or ska or punk. Like that was it, and there wasn't a lot going on with that. And we started the whole metal, and people were like really receptive to it right off the bat because there was like 2 other metal bands, and that was pretty much it. And they never did anything, and we were like, all right, well, let's just do this. This is what we're gonna do. We don't care what anybody else thinks. And right off the bat, people were receptive, and we just grew our fan base from there, and moved out to Milwaukee and Chicago for the shows because Kenosha's right in between the two, so it's very accessible to get to both the major markets and really build our main fan base. And yeah, that definitely helped us. And today, now it's starting to thrive. You know what I mean? A lot of younger bands are coming up in our hometown and looking to us, because we stepped above that or whatever, and it's cool to see that. So I guess that's awesome.
What is it like having people look up to you like that?
It's cool, man. It's just the other day I was watching a YouTube video of some kid playing Thou Shalt Not Fear on bass. You know what I mean? It's just like, some 12 or 13-year-old kid or whatever. It's just like, I used to be that kid watching, everybody else and just doing that myself. It's just really cool to fucking just see, I'm being not idolized, but just respected like that. I guess. I mean, it's truly an amazing feeling. It's surreal. I mean, it's surreal to be on this tour, let alone seeing kids, play on my stuff. It's crazy because I'm still a kid myself. So it's cool.
What do you think of the recent resurgence of thrash, both in terms of new bands coming out and old favorites releasing new material?
Well, as far as the old favorites go, I mean, if you're talking like Metallica and Testament, I think both of their new records are phenomenal. I love Death Magnetic, I love Formation of Damnation, and it's just, it's great. These guys have been around, you can tell, and they're still pulling out quality music, you know what I mean? As far as the resurgence with the newer bands, I'm not big into it, you know what I mean? I think they're just too much of throwbacks right now. They're kind of, especially with the image and the sound, it's just like we're trying to bring something a little bit more fresh to the table. We're thrash, yeah, but we're trying to infuse our own sound into it, and we're trying to not be, that much old school, you know what I mean? We don't look like it, I don't dress like that, and I'd like to see what they all do on the second and third albums, you know what I mean? See where they go with it, because if it's just the same BS over and over, I'm gonna lose interest real quickly. So I'm anxious to see. It'll be cool.
What are some newer bands that you're into?
Newer bands that I'm into? Personally, me, I mean, we listen to everything, man. You know what I mean? Like, all of us are so different and stuff. I mean, we all like metal. Collectively, it's like Metallica, Pantera, and Testament. Like, those are like 3 big ones for like us. But like me personally, I think Between the Buried and Me is absolutely sick. I catch a lot of shit for saying this one all the time. I like Avenged Sevenfold a lot. I think they're phenomenal. I think they catch way too much shit from the real metal heads or whatever you want to call it. But no, it's cool. Obviously, Unearth, Lamb of God. I'm big into that stuff. I don't know, man. It's that's pretty much it for like newer bands, I guess. God Forbid, I like a lot. I mean, these aren't really that new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there isn't too much good new stuff coming out, man. I don't know. I think there's a lull in metal in general right now, and I guess that's my void to fill right now, in my opinion.
You go.
So,
what else does the second half of 2009 hold for the band?
Touring, all touring. We got a summer tour lined up already. It's a smaller one. It should be fun though, with War with Tyrants and Bison BC. It's hitting Canada and parts of the U.S., so that'll be cool. We got some bigger stuff planned in the fall. Hopefully it'll all come together, and Europe, hopefully end of the year, early next year. That would be beautiful. I put it on camera every time, telling my label, please put me in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's once the cards are right, we'll definitely be hitting it up as soon as we can. But yeah, just touring nonstop. I don't want to see home. I do want to see home, but just for a couple days, and then I want to go back.
Do you have any closing comments?
Not really, man. Go pick up the record. It's a sick disc. It's been a long time coming for it to be in stores, so yeah, it's worth the $10-15, whatever it is, and come see us out on the road. We put on a better show than we are on discs, so it's all good.
All right, thank you.
Right on.